Hey guys, BaoZakeruga here. I want to do this video giving my impressions on the Switch from everything we've seen so far. You know, the initial hype has gone down. We had the presentation. Nintendo has given us pretty much all the information we need to go on as the Switch is going to be coming out soon. And on this video, I'm going to touch on a few things like the Switch itself, the price point, the lineup of games, just how I feel about the Switch and Nintendo's business decisions with the Switch. So anyways, I think we'll start off with, well, the Switch itself. What do I think about it? A lot of you think that my views on it are negative, given my reaction to it that I did, which I don't really see. I mean, I was critical of the business decisions Nintendo made on the Switch, but overall, I am looking forward to it. I do plan to get one, not at launch, but yes, I plan to get a Switch. And just as a console itself, I am very impressed with what I've seen with the Switch so far. Can't wait to hold it for myself, see how light it is, how comfortable it is, especially the Joy-Cons, because I'm going to be holding them sideways and using them as their own controller. It definitely needs to be comfortable. People that were at New York and got to play the Switch say they were shockingly comfortable, even for people with giant hands. I mean, I don't have giant hands myself, but you know, that's a big design concern that it seems Nintendo has taken into consideration, and people have said they are comfortable, but of course, I need to see for myself. And in terms of just appearance wise, I think the Switch actually does look kind of sexy. It's not too big, not too small. The screen from just screenshots and videos looks beautiful. Of course, I haven't seen it for myself in person yet, but yeah. And also, you know, I wasn't too big on the neon colors back in the presentation, but they've sort of grown on me a bit. Kinda wish there were different colors and that they were the same color, but I think when I get my Switch, I am going to go with the neon versions if they are available. And that's one thing Nintendo has seemed to be doing good so far, is that pre-orders for people that want them. For the most part, people I know, people I've seen, they have been able to get them. You know, when pre-orders went down the first day, they got more stock in. So yeah, haven't looked recently, but as far as I know, if you want to pre-order a Switch, for the most part, it won't be too difficult to find one. It won't be another NES Classic situation. But yeah, moving on, let's talk about parts of the Switch itself, you know, like battery life, price, and all that. So the price, $300, about what I expected. Some people expected $250. That would have been awesome, but $300 is what I was expecting, and we got that, so no problem there for me. Battery life, 2 to 6 hours, depending on what game you play. And it didn't tell us that that was based on, you know, how high you have the settings, how low the volume is, anything like that. So until it's out, we probably won't have much room to clarify just how long the battery life is for certain games. But for a portable console or handheld, whatever, that is actually pretty good. My new 3DS XL usually lasts about 4 to 5 hours on a charge, and I play at almost max brightness settings, so it's about what I'm used to, so I'm cool with that. And we know that the Switch has internal memory of 32 gigs, but you can expand it up to 2 terabytes with an SD card. Although I'm pretty sure 2 terabyte SD cards aren't even available to the general public yet, but whatever, that's the thing. So SD cards are cheap. I have a ton of them lying around. I'm not worried about memory for the Switch. Probably gonna get most of my games physical anyway, so I'm good on that. But if you are a digital only person, you should definitely upgrade that internal memory. And of course, in the presentation, we found out that region locking is finally gone for people like myself that import a ton of games from Japan that never get localized here in the West. That is humongous news. I don't have to buy another Switch console just to play my Japanese games. So that was a big plus for me. I know it is for a lot of other people. And of course, the big thing that caused a tiny bit of controversy is the fact that to play online now, you will need to pay an online subscription fee. We don't know how much that's going to be yet, but it's, well, okay. I won't say it's going to be a good thing because we don't know yet. It will be a good thing if Nintendo servers run well. You know, they're finally doing away with friend codes, so if everything runs smoothly, adding people, doing group chat, and if the servers themselves are simply stable. But we'll have to wait and see. They are giving us a free trial when the Switch is out. I believe in the fall it's going to turn to the paid service, but it's good they're giving us a free trial, you know, to see if it's worth the actual money, and we don't know the cost yet. But I'm going to assume either $50 a year or $60 a year like Sony and Microsoft. But anyways, let's move on to something a bit more negative, and that is the Switch lineup of games. Okay, first off, I want to say that it's not all doom and gloom for the Switch out the gate just because it doesn't have a good lineup. If you think it has a good lineup, it doesn't. Anyways, but the reason I say that, and I can say with confidence, is look at the Nintendo 64. What did the Nintendo 64 have? Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wing 64. And it did fine. It did fine in the long run. And that's why I'm confident in the Switch. Of course, it's a different market. It's the future that was in. This is now. Whatever. But Switch has Breath of the Wild. It has 1-2 Switch, Just Dance 2017, Skylanders Imaginator, Super Bomberman R, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. And none of those games look bad. It's just the fact that the only system seller among them is, of course, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And despite the weak launch lineup, I do feel confident that the Switch is going to do very well in the long run, especially this year. And it looks like Nintendo has definitely learned their lesson from the Wii U. You know, the Wii U had no third-party support, and first and second-party games were spread out way too long between months. But the lineup they have for the Switch coming out this year and to next year, it looks very, very consistent. The list here says, of course, we have our launch titles in March. We're getting Snipper Clippers Fast RMX. April, we're getting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Spring, we're getting ARMS, The Sky 5 Complete, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Rhyme. Splatoon 2 is, of course, coming out in summer. In autumn, we're getting Skyrim. Holiday, of course, the big one, Super Mario Odyssey. And then we have other games like Xenoblade 2, Sonic Mania, I Am Setsuna, and more that are coming out sometime during this year. And like I said, that's just this year, so that is a very strong launch year, just not a strong launch lineup. Trust me when I say if I ever sound negative or pessimistic about the Switch, it's because I want Nintendo and the Switch to succeed. But yes, those are my thoughts on the Switch. Can't wait to pick mine up and try it for myself. I plan to get mine in most likely probably autumn, because the games I want are The Sky 5 Complete, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Xenoblade 2, and Fire Emblem Warriors. So basically around the time all those start coming out is when I'll be picking up my Switch. But those are my thoughts. I want to hear yours. Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the Switch? I know we're all a bit disappointed in the lineup, but let's go beyond that. Do you feel the Switch will be successful in the long run? Let me know down in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a great day.